Life is pointless. I don't have a successful business yet. I haven't traveled to 30 countries. Neither have I woken up at 5 a.m. for the past year. And this is not going to be a depressing rant about how everyone should give up. If anything, it's about something I've been slowly realizing over the past few months, while feeling like I was losing my mind trying to keep up with everything the internet says I should be doing. And if you stick around, you might relate to it more than you'd expect, because here's what modern life looks like if you're young. You wake up, you check your phone, and within 30 seconds, you've already seen someone your age who's making more money than you, in better shape than you, traveling somewhere you can't afford, dating someone way out of your league, and somehow posting about all of it with a perfect video. And that's just the first 30 seconds of your day. Then you go to school or work and you come home, and there is this feeling in your chest, some kind of background noise in your head that says you're not doing enough. So you try to fix it by starting to work out, waking up earlier, downloading a habit tracker, eating clean, watching productivity videos, trying to journal every day, and you even look into starting a new side hustle. You tell yourself that this is the month everything changes, and it works for like 4 days, maybe a week if you're disciplined. Then you burn out, feel guilty, and scroll TikTok for 3 hours, and the whole cycle resets. And in the past year, I've done this 6 or 7 times, so I'm not trying to judge you. I was stuck really hard in this loop about some months ago. I was trying to be one of those guys who does everything, going into the gym, starting this YouTube channel, which I clearly did start, but I wasn't consistent. I also tried to read more and fix my sleep schedule. There is nothing wrong with these things I was looking for. The problem was that I was trying to improve them all at the same time, and I genuinely believed that I could do all of it if I just managed my time better. Like I was trying to find the right system that nobody was teaching me, thinking that the problem was my morning routine, when the actual problem was my unrealistic expectations. And here is what actually happened. I would go hard for a few days, feel incredible, like I actually felt like I was finally becoming the person I wanted to be. And then, one habit would slip. I'd miss a workout, or maybe I wouldn't read that day. Instead, I would take a nap. And that small fail would create a domino effect where suddenly everything fell apart. And I'd look around trying to see if someone else has been having the same problem as me. And it seemed like no one had it. It seemed like everyone around me had their life together. But not really, because nobody's posting about what they think at 2 a.m. And that's when I started thinking that maybe what I needed was to travel. I started watching videos of guys and couples who left everything behind, sold everything, and just lived in a van, traveling across the country. And I thought that was the answer, that I just needed to go. So I sat with that feeling for some time and realized something kind of obvious. I didn't actually want to live in a van, neither did I want to give up my bed or my friends, or especially my hot shower. What I wanted was the feeling that those people seemed to have, and I didn't. They looked calm, not like they were trying to go in 40 different directions at the same time. Their lives seemed peaceful, and for some reason I was convinced that peace only existed far away from where I was. And that was a mistake, because it wasn't far away from my normal life. The problem was that I was treating life like if it was necessary to leave everything behind to have a simple life. And maybe it could be a shortcut, but you can have simplicity right where you are. You just have to stop saying yes to everything. Don't take the following advice too seriously, because this is advice from someone that has been trying something new for the past few months, and it seems like it's working. So here's what I started doing. I picked one thing, and right now that's this channel. Not because it's going to make me rich or something, because AdSense doesn't pay very well. The real reason is that when I sit down, I don't feel like I'm forcing myself to do something. I actually enjoy a lot thinking about these topics and writing it into a YouTube video just explaining it to you guys. And I expected the other aspects of my life to just fall apart, but I didn't stop going to the gym, neither did my friends just disappear, because I wasn't really exhausted from doing 15 different things. What I was exhausted from was worrying about these 15 things. There were some changes. I used to go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week. Now I go 3 days a week, and I feel the same. Obviously, progress may not be the same, but I'm not in a race. And I actually enjoy hanging out with my friends more now, because there is nothing worrying me and stopping me from having fun. Now, I actually cook dinner without rushing. I used to go very fast because I really wanted to get back to what I was working on. But when I just have one task I have to get out of the way in my day, my life life is full and I actually enjoy everything that's outside of the thing I really want to be doing. And I know it might sound easy to say when, yeah, I don't have a mortgage. And some people say I don't have real responsibilities just because I'm young. And that's fair. I don't have kids. I get that. But I don't think the real problem is the number of responsibilities you have. I believe that the problem is that you think that you have to be doing everything at the same time perfectly. And I believe this doesn't go away when you get older. I actually think that it gets worse. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that ambition is bad. I want to do a lot with my life, but trying to do everything this week or even today is what was making me miserable. It wasn't really the goals themselves. It was mostly the timeline I was putting on them. And there is this quote I remember hearing, but I don't know who said it. And it is something like that we overestimate what we can do in a year, but we underestimate what we can do in 10. And it hit me because I was trying to become a completely different person in 90 days. And that's insane. And I've noticed that real change is slow and boring, but you don't have any other option. If you try to go fast, you ain't going to change. It may appear like you're changing, but you're going to bounce back down. The only way to make real progress is to just not be able to see it. And it has happened to you. Maybe when you were growing up, you were doing the same things over and over, and you didn't really realize when you were growing up until one day you look in the mirror and realize, well, I've grown up. And it's exactly like that with real progress. And let's go directly to what I mean when I say a simple life. A simple life to me is a life with less noise. It's not a boring life. It's just that kind of life that some people have where they can make coffee and just sit there drinking it for 5 minutes. Just thinking. They don't need their phone next to them. Because why do you want to have a complex life if that life leads you to cooking your meals and not really tasting them? To cooking your meals and eating them over a keyboard or looking at your phone on a video, which by the way, I have definitely done. And my favorite part of the day now is really weird because I just sit on my floor of my bedroom for 10 minutes. I don't do nothing productive, neither do I check my phone. There's no music. I just sit there. And to be honest, the first few times it was really uncomfortable. Not because the floor was hard, it was, but because I wanted to check my phone or do something else. To me, doing nothing was something really unknown, something I didn't think was possible. And honestly, that's kind of sad when you think about it, that I couldn't sit alone with my mind. And that should tell you how loud everything is around you. You just don't notice it. And I'm not going to tell you 5 steps to becoming productive or to have a simple life or what you have to do to achieve mindfulness. What I want is for you just to notice what's going around you, to not add another goal to your life just because you saw someone doing it. And that's really it. There's no framework. I can sell you a system. It's just training your mind to recognize the difference between what you actually want and what you're supposed to want. And I'm still trying to figure this out. And I'm going to be figuring this out for a long time because I still have days where I spiral and want to change my life in a weekend. But those kind of days are getting less frequent. And there are more days where I'm kind of okay. Those kinds of days, the good days, are happening more. And in my opinion, feeling okay is really underrated right now because we spend so much time chasing that extraordinary feeling that we forget how good ordinary can feel. Just a boring Tuesday where nothing goes wrong, a night where you cook dinner, do something dumb, then go to bed at a reasonable hour because that stuff matters. It might matter more than we even give it credit for. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to escape out of your own life. You don't need to go in a van across the mountains. You might just need to take some things out of your life just for a little bit because you need to say no a little more and give yourself permission to have one priority and not 12 priorities. And please, let some things be boring because boring things may be what you've been looking for all this time. I'm not telling you to be boring, I'm telling you to be at peace with yourself. So as always, I want to hear from you on this one. Drop a comment and tell me what boring part of your day is the most enjoyable for you. Because it might be making your bed in the morning or just a cup of coffee. Whatever it is, I'm curious. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.